Hi everyone, this is part 3 of my scraproom tour. In this section I'm going to talk about my workspace, and this is probably going to be the longest video because I keep most of my scrapbooking supplies just within reach of when I'm sitting in that chair right there. So I have lots and lots to talk about when I talk about this space. So I'm going to start by walking up, move my chair out of the way. So this is where I sit to do most of my scrapbooking. I have changed the way that I have this place set up. I used to have my glimmer mists on my... I shouldn't have moved that chair. I used to have my glimmer mists on that Making Memories embellishment center, and what I found was that firstly they only fit in those shelves. They didn't fit on those shelves. And it was just really hard to grab them. Like every time I went to take one out, I'd knock over 2 or 3 others. And so what I've done is I've taken those down and I put them in this basket right here. And so all of my glimmer mists are in here, and I have a couple of these smooch sprays as well. And then the other thing that I keep with my glimmer mists are, these are my paint sprays. These are combinations of paint and glimmer mist. So what I found was that I was always mixing up paint and glimmer mist and dripping it on my layouts, and wasting a lot of paint in the process, because then I'd just kind of clean up the little container I used and most of it would go down the drain. So what I started doing was keeping the colors that I use a lot, which are white, shopping bag, and a dark brown called burnt sienna. Burnt umber, burnt sienna. Burnt umber. So those are the colors that I use the most. And then I also went ahead and mixed up one that's half shopping bag and half burnt umber for like a medium color. So I keep those there, and then like I'm not gonna bother with millions of colors or anything. If I ever make up new colors, I'll just probably only use them for that one project, so I don't need to keep everything. I keep an assortment of my favorite letter, like word and journaling stickers just in this. What this is things that I think I should, that are either new that I think are cool and I want to use. Like this came in a Scarlet Lime kit that I didn't even know I had, and so I pulled that out to keep it. And then these are almost gone, so I'm kind of like, rather than hanging this amount of stickers on my Clip It Up, I put that here so that I can try to use it up. So it's kind of a combination of stuff I love and want to use lots of, and stuff that I want to use up. So hang on. Okay, so those are my letter and journaling stickers, but it's not all of them. It's just a small assortment of them, and that's something new that I'm doing just because I'm doing Project Life, and so it's nice to just have some stuff like that at my fingertips for that kind of purpose. Speaking of Project Life, I keep my box right here. And what I do is I have some room in my box. There's actually not much room. I haven't put my Project Life into my binder yet because I actually don't have the binder or the page protectors yet. I just got the core kit, although the binder and page protectors are on their way. So this will be much more empty soon. But for now, this spot here is full because I haven't put all these title cards in yet. And so what I do is if I find something that I might use in Project Life, like this for example is not part of Project Life, but I thought, oh, that would look really cute with that. So I just stick it in with that. So I just put anything in this box here that I think I might use in Project Life, including sometimes I have pictures in here as well, and I keep my 4x6 pictures just kind of, oh, well, there's one right there. So sometimes I have like what I consider stock photos, which are photos that could really go in any week that's sort of just around this same season. So that's like a picture of Scott making some coffee. It's not a picture of Scott, it's just a picture of our coffee makers. And so it doesn't matter. It turned out that picture, I took a better picture that I wanted to include for this week, so I just put that back in the box, and I'm considering it like a stock photo that I can just pull out some week if I need an extra picture or something. So that's what I'm doing with that. I keep my distress inks stacked like this, mostly upside down, but it looks like one of them isn't. And what I do when I get my distress inks is I label all sides of them with the color so that I don't have to worry about putting the things back in a certain order or whatever. I can just shove it up there in any old order. The only one that isn't labeled is black, because it's black. And then I have a few other inks. I don't have a ton of ink, but I have a few other inks. I have some Stampin' Up! Inks there, like black and brown and the Craft Crumb Cake or whatever. And then I just keep a couple of pens in a card holder because it keeps them from rolling all over the place in here. It just kind of keeps them all, like I've got some blender pens and my white gel pen and that sort of thing, and some mists. And then this is, these are arrow stamps, and I've been using these so much that I just decided to leave them out because I've been using them a lot for my project life. So for now, I'm just keeping that out. I keep my vintage photo and the blender for it right here because I use that one a lot. I only have 2 blenders, so I keep that one with vintage photo on it, and then the other one I just keep rotating the sponges. I have a couple of those little tiny letter stamps right here, and I decided to put them here in the hopes that I will use it more because I haven't been using them. I just never think about them. I keep my stickles upside down in these watch boxes. So these are regular stickles in those, and then these are distress stickles and liquid pearls as well. Hello, Naomi. Hello. That's my kitty cat who you guys never see because you guys usually see Maya in my videos, but that's Naomi. I've got a couple of date stamps there, and then I keep one of these. This is the foam from a from one of those sets of brads, and I keep my paper piercer in that, and I also keep a little darning needle just for threading buttons or any kind of threading project that I need to do for my project. So that goes right there. I've got two sets of those color box ink things. I have a few other little petal inks, and this is just kind of, again, more little teeny things for Project Life. I've got embossing powders. I really like the Zing, but I've also got a few others. I have distress embossing powders too. I have some Adirondack paint daubers. I love those. I wish I had more, but that'll do me for now. I keep like Glimmer Glam and Glimmer Glaze, or whatever those things are called, and my pearl pen, which is way, way, way better than liquid pearls, by the way, folks. This is where I keep my personalized stamps. I have my old one here that has my first and last name on it, and then this is my favorite one. It says created by Tracy. And then this is this one is hilarious. You already know this if you watched my last craft room video. It says, if you had any idea how hard I worked on this handmade card and how late I was up last night making it, you would never ever throw it away. Tracy. I love that. And then I just stuck another little hand stamped by stamp in here. It's just one of those little freebies from Stampin' Up! That I got at a party or something that I went to. So, and sometimes when other people are making cards at my house, they use that. Up there I have my Distress Crackle Paint and my Smooch inks, and then that's one of those where did my vocabulary go today? It's a self-inking 7 Gypsies certifying stamp, whatever those things are called. And I have all of the different letters of the alphabet. It's a circle one, and you just take off the letter and put on whatever letter you want. And so it's for monograms and stuff. And then that's just some cute little things. My sister gave me that little Andy Warhol statue guy. He's really cool. So that's what's right in front of me when I'm working. And then of course I have my mists right there, and I keep some water right there, and my corner chomper, which I use all the time, right within arm's reach. And I'm not going to talk about my punches yet. I'll do that on a different video. Oh, my kitty cat is really trying to get my attention. Hey, Naomi. She wants some lovin'. So right here on my right, I have my tool caddy, and I'll just do a slow spin so you can see what's in there. I have my pens and bone folder. Boy, Naomi. Hang on, I gotta move my kitty. There we go. My ATG and a few other things in there. This is all of my liquid adhesive. These are like tools and stuff, mostly sanding, and I keep these for cutting the little ends off of brads because sometimes I'd rather hot glue them. I keep my distress tool and a safety pin for unclogging my glossy accents or stickles. This is mostly dimensional adhesive and some of that sticky tape. And then these are paint brushes and stuff like that. I have a stickles chart here that shows a sample of all of my stickles dried, so I know what it'll look like when it dries. And I have my smooch inks on there as well, just so I know what they look like. And I just keep that right in there. It's not going in right now, but that's where I keep it. And in these little things here, I don't keep anything except for that example. I keep an eraser and that in there. But I find out of sight, out of mind, and so I don't put anything in those little drawers, or I tend to lose them, and I go crazy looking for them around my craft room. Where did I put that eraser? Anyways, here's a new addition to my craft room. I bought those little pre-finished pegboard. I was going to buy some pegboard, and then I thought for the amount of time and effort it would take to paint it and get it nice and cut it the right size, I just bought those Jetmax ones, and I really, really like them. It comes with the hardware that you need to put it in, and it comes in a package of 3. So these are 2 of them, and then I'll show you the other one in a second. So that just gives me a place that I can put like notes to myself and some other tools hanging down there, like a color swatch book for Stampin' Up! And my color wheel, which I never use, but I guess it's nice to have one. I keep all of my colored Stampin' Up! Ink right there. I really just use it for card making. I don't use colored inks for many other things. For scrapbooking, I'll usually use either distress ink or black or brown. I use chestnut roan a lot. I'll tell you what's in those, but first I'll show you where my other piece of pegboard went. It is right down here, right in there. And I keep on it my heat gun and my glue gun. And my only rule is that and then I also keep just dangling here, I keep my extension cord, and my heat gun is always plugged in, but obviously I don't leave my glue gun plugged in, so this is my glue gun cord, so I don't have to go looking for it. It's always right there. And my only rule is that when my glue gun is plugged in, it has to be here, because again, out of sight, out of mind. I will leave it down there, and I already have, and you can see that it's all discolored because I probably almost set the house on fire. But I did leave it in there for several days one time, so I don't do that anymore. So what's in these drawers? Well, up here is glitter, which I never use, and pearl effects, which I never use, and a whole bunch of bling and pearls and that kind of thing, which also I never use, rarely use. This is where I keep everything I need for embossing. So in here are black embossing powder, white embossing powder, clear embossing powder, black UD, white UD, and glitter. I use Dazzling Diamonds. It's the only glitter I ever use. All my colored glitter, I have like really nice Martha Stewart glitter. Never use it. It's up there. Never been touched. So in here, I keep this kind of stuff for when I'm using any embossing other than those, because those I don't need one of these for. And I keep my Versamark pads, and this is a little sample of silver and pewter because I couldn't tell which was which one time. So And yeah, that's, and then I keep my craft mat thingy here too. So that's embossing. It's my embossing station. Then this is blending. I have some of those sponges and then a whole bunch of these, and I keep one for each color. Although I don't write the color. I don't have a ton of colors, so I can usually figure out what's what. Sometimes I make a mistake. This is all like stamped things when I was making cards, and like I never did make that card, so I just stuck it in here and someday I'll make it. And then these are all my markers. Some of them don't work. My kids have been getting into them, and so some of I need to go through and throw away some of them. This is where I keep extra adhesives that aren't in this. So like my staplers, and I keep a glue stick in there. I don't know why. And just like a bunch of extra glue sticks and pop dots and glue dots and that kind of stuff. Tags. This is everything tag related, tags and envelopes. And this, just the package fell apart. And so I've got these 7 Gypsies ephemera pieces in here too. They're tag-like, so I don't, it kind of makes sense for them to be here. These are tags that I've made and haven't used yet. These are those Tim Holtz things, month tags, a little store-bought tag. These are Tim Holtz reinforcers for putting on tags, envelopes, and as you can see, I just I keep everything pretty messy, and then I'll just kind of go through it when I'm looking for something. I'll just kind of root through, and that's the really nice thing about having, oh look, I have cards here and everything. These are really cool cards. They're Scottish historical playing cards, and they've got really nice illustrations, and the symbols on them are like hand drawn. Anyways, they're really nice. I like these shallow drawers because you can just root through it and you don't have to be really neat about anything. And then what's in here? Masks. Masks and templates. So I think I'm almost done talking about my workspace. Oh no, I'm not. Hang on. I just got this Scrap-a-ma-bob, which I love. It's a nice deep garbage bag, and keeps my drink off the table, although my drink is on the table right now. Down here I keep my baby wipes and my little half-size sewing machine. The great thing about the half-size sewing machine is that it's super light, and I can grab it with one hand and put it up here as you guys see me do in my videos. And then the other great thing is that I actually keep it plugged in, and so I just have to grab this and this, find the ends of them, plug them in right there, and this puppy's ready to go. So that's really convenient, and if it weren't for that, I would never sew, ever. So for me, it has to be out and accessible, and look, I keep it, it's already threaded and everything, so I won't use it if it's not out. So that's why I took out my sewing, my typewriter. So you'll notice that my desk is quite a bit more open and cleared off than it was in my last scrap videos, scrap room tours. And that is because I moved my clear mount stamps, which I keep in CD cases, and they used to be all stacked there in a couple of rows, and I put them all in here. So these are some of them, and then I have some that I haven't mounted all of my rubber stamps yet, and I have some, packages that I haven't put into CD cases yet. And then here's the rest of them right there. So all of my clear mount stamps fit into these 2 drawers for now, and if I buy more, I'll just have to move into another drawer, I guess. In here I keep my sewing stuff. Oh, my little tag is falling down. So I have my machine guide and my bobbins and some extra stuff, and then this is for like hand sewing, which I never do. And then re-inkers in here. So that is my workspace. while I'm down here, I think I'll just keep on going and show you what's under here, because I make use of all the space. I store stuff under my table and everything. So there, of course, is recycling for paper. And then in this drawer here, I keep all of my Stampin' Up! Wood mount stamps. I don't have many because I prefer them clear. But for the little tiny ones, I don't want to have to bother with like peeling and putting it back on the block and stuff. So I tend to get wood mount for the tiny ones. And I think you can't even get clear mount for some of them. So then in here, I just keep, this is sort of, it used to be where I kept a bunch of stuff for art journaling, but lately I've been just throwing my little strips that I plan to reuse in it. So these are the little strips where the manufacturer's name is at the bottom of the paper, and some of it is really pretty, so I keep that there. I don't have anything in there. I used to keep candy in a jar in there. And this is my Smashbook slash Project 360, or Project Life, not 365. This is my Smashbook. It was kept down there. My Smashbook and Project Life thing, storage caddy thing. And so sometimes I'll just grab this and my Smashbook and go upstairs, and it's got like millions of different my favorite markers in different colors, and it's got like things that I'm not going to use for scrapbooking anymore. It's got those. It's got, I keep a corner rounder in here for Project Life because I round all my corners. I use my corner chomper usually, but if I'm upstairs I'll just use that. And some of these Smashbook pens, some extra ones. I keep a trimmer with it just because I'm a little anal about stuff like that. And then these are just stuff that I've been trying to move. Like this has been hanging on my Clip It Up forever, so I thought if I put it in here I might use it on something. So this is what I grab when I'm mostly Smashbooking, but I can grab it for Project Life too. I'm just new starting Project Life, so I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it, but that's my plan. And then in this I have some little Cricut cuts, like I have my daughter's names and a couple of things like that. So that I think I'm going to use for Project Life eventually, or for my Smashbook, one or the other. And I keep a roll of tissue tape in there and just a glue runner there. And that's that. So it's kind of like my little mini scrapbooking on the go little kit thingy. So I'm gonna stop. Thanks for watching.